The Mystery of the Whiskers. Sounds like the title of a low-budget horror flick from the 1960s. One of the physical calling cards of a feline are indeed the whiskers, but why do cats have so many? And why are they in specific and rather distinct locations? Do they all serve a similar function, or is each set designed for a different job? Today's topic, it's all about the whiskers. Eyebrow whiskers, to be more specific. Why cats have them and what purpose they serve. It's Whisker Mania right here and right now, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Before I talk in detail about those eyebrow whiskers, let's have a quick crash course on the whisker life as a whole. The whiskers on a cat's cheeks, either side of the face, arguably the most notable when you think about cats. This group of whiskers, they're called the moustachial whiskers, essentially mustache whiskers. Cats have roughly 12 on each cheek, and they act like feelers, barriers, if you will. When cats are navigating those tight quarters, which most cats will certainly do dozens of times per day, the moustachial whiskers can serve as little bumpers to let cats know how close is too close when trying to fit through those tight spots. If cats feel contact against the whiskers, they won't come to a halt, but they will get the sensation, and it'll serve as a bit of a warning that says, hey, something is definitely getting rather too close to the face. The whiskers that live around your cat's chin are known as the genal whiskers. These whiskers will alert a cat if something is near the mouth and the face as a whole. The primary function of these whiskers are to alert a feline of some potential danger from below. Cats running through tall grass and debris will know that things are getting a bit rough and tumble when they feel contact against the chin whiskers, the genal whiskers. With respect to the potentially overlooked and forgotten whiskers, that would be the carpal whiskers. These little fellows reside on the back of your cat's legs near the paws. Ankle whiskers, if you'd like. In many ways, not unlike other whiskers, the carpal whiskers are vision whiskers. Felines, they're not so hot when it comes to seeing things up close. This is why they need whiskers to navigate. Carpal whiskers allow a feline to feel the ground below with better sensitivity and anything near the backs of the legs. And the final group of whiskers, the reason that you are here today, the superciliary whiskers, the eyebrow whiskers. These whiskers, similar to the cheek whiskers, serve to protect your cat's eyes. If something contacts the eyebrow whiskers, your cat will blink just out of reflex. This alertness is designed to protect a cat from potential eye danger. Once something touches the superciliary whiskers, this is an indicator that something is very close to the eyes. These whiskers are essential because without them, and a less than stellar field of vision from close distance, most cats would never know that something could harm the eyes until after the fact. A cat's whiskers are incredibly sensitive. I'm sure this will create a rather bizarre mental picture, but imagine if you had fingertips on your face, on the cheeks above the eyes, on the chin, and on the back of your heels. Strange, I know. But the sensation, that's the true example, our sense of touch. This is what whiskers provide your cat as they navigate through the day and make their way in and out of each adventure. And even something like a cool breeze, your cat's whiskers will respond, as the mere vibration of the whiskers will spark the nerves and alert your cat to the environmental conditions at hand. In addition to detecting and feeling the world around them, cats also use their whiskers to help them balance and stay upright, even in the toughest of conditions and situations. Sensory organs known as proprioceptors exist on the very tips of a cat's whiskers. This enables felines to be fully aware of their own body position at all times, and it's one of the reasons why felines, more times than not, will land on their feet. Question: have you noticed that at certain moments your cat's whiskers seem more pronounced and apparent compared to other times? This is possible because felines are able to move their whiskers, bring them up, bring them down, curl them in. It's not uncommon for content and playful felines to lift those eyebrow whiskers up in a display of happiness. On the flip side, cats that are stalking, hunting, or fearful will direct their whiskers forward or perhaps flare the whiskers out along the cheeks. This is done to convey a deep sense of emotion, but also to get a better read of the environment, especially if the environment is rather unfamiliar and perhaps a bit scary. When discussing the topic of feline whiskers, eyebrow whiskers, or whiskers in general, it's critical to address the controversial subject of cutting or trimming a cat's whiskers. Given all that we know about whiskers and the important role they play, whiskers need to be protected, and under no circumstances should you ever trim or remove your cat's whiskers. And while that's not to say that your cat won't lose a few whiskers along the way, either due to rough play or an outdoor adventure, never intentionally trim or remove your cat's whiskers. To the viewers of Senior Cat Wellness, does your cat have some rather impressive whiskers? Can you see them from clear across the room? What about those eyebrow whiskers? Are they quite pronounced? Let me know. If you have an interesting whisker story to share, I'd love to read them in the comments section. As always, it's all yours. I know several years ago when my cats were given a couple of hours each day to roam outdoors, it just never, ever failed. At least one cat would return with nothing but what looked like fuzz on the whiskers. Hard to know. Debris from the great outdoors almost looked like a broom after an hour of sweeping. And my senior cat, several years ago, he lost 2 or 3 of his eyebrow whiskers. I think they got snagged on something during one of his golden year adventures, one of his adventure curious moments. As cat owners, it's important to remember that whiskers are not decoration. They're not facial hair on a person where it's all about, personal preference, whether you want that look or not. Whiskers serve multiple purposes, and all of which are vital to your cat's daily life and how they're able to successfully navigate their world. Always make sure that your cat's whiskers are in good shape, and whatever you do, here again, do not trim them. If you enjoyed this material, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And before I jet on out of here, before I forget, if you are a regular viewer, you'll notice that today's video marks the start of a new music journey, perhaps. What do you think of the song? Good, bad, indifferent, just don't care at all? Depending on how things go, there's a chance for a little mixing and hopefully some matching along the way. The goal is to always try to find music that fits the heart of the channel itself. I know many of you miss the old music. You enjoyed that music I had for a couple of years, the music prior to April of 2023, but I hope the next offering will be just as good as that one and just as ear-catching. Is that a thing? Ear-catching? As always, thanks so much for watching, and thank you for your continued support of Senior Cat Wellness, and I will talk to you later. Take care.